Bismillah. In this lesson we're going to learn about the letters which are pronounced from the tongue. So we have from the extreme back of the tongue when touching the palate, from this makhraj the letter Jim is pronounced. Okay, so the Jim is pronounced from the right at the back of the tongue when touching the palate. So as you can see in this picture, this is the extreme part back of the tongue, and it will be touching the palate over here. The next letter, also pronounced from the back of the tongue, but not as far back as the qaf, a little to the front of the teeth when touching the palate. From this makhraj, the letter kaf is pronounced. So here we have the kaf, and it's not as far back as the qaf, a little bit before the qaf. So you pronounce it as kaf. So the kaf is ak, and the qaf is aqqa, ak, little bit before. So if we put a hamza before it and put a sukun on the letter to get to hear the letter being pronounced. From the center of the tongue when touching the palate, we have these three letters. From this makhraj is pronounced the three letters without mad. So we have the jim, sheen, and ya. Okay. So the jim, sheen, and ya, they're not pronounced with mad. So we have it here, the middle of the tongue, we have these three letters, which is the ya, the sheen, and the jim. If you put a hamza before it, becomes aj, ash, ay. Okay. The next we have the back of the tongue when it's upturned when touching the roots of the molar and the premolars. So from this makhraj the letter dad is pronounced. Okay, there are three ways of pronouncing the dad. It can be pronounced from the right side, okay, or from the left side, or from both sides at the same time, but it's commonly pronounced, easier to pronounce it from the left side. Okay, so this is pronounced also from the tongue. So this is where the dad is. Okay, normally your tongue will be folded upwards. It will either be touching the left or the right, or you could be touching both. So this is where the dad will be touching. So you have the molars or the premolars. So they're the teeth on this side, the molars and the premolars. Okay, so your tongue will be touching these two sides. The next one we have the edge of the lam, so the edge of the tongue when touching the gums of the teeth, which extends from the premolar on one side to the premolar on the other side. From this makhraj is pronounced the letter lam is pronounced. Okay, so we have we just need to see it on the picture. So this is where the lam is. Okay, it's pronounced from this area. So your tongue, when you're saying the lam as extended, it will be touching the molars and the premolars on the sides, and then the tip of the tongue will be at the front. Number 10, the edge of the tongue. So we're looking at nun now. The edge of the tongue when touching the gums of the teeth, which extends from the canine on one side to the canine on the other side. So this is the makhraj of the nun. So this is where the nun is pronounced from, over there. So your tongue will be touching your gums extending to your canines. So these are your canines here.